What is up, YouTube? Program Flopper. Welcome back to another video here in the channel. In today's video, bringing you guys another little reaction video. And today, we're going to be watching Glitching Queen's little interview that she did with the ex-COD dev, where there's some major bean spillage, and they're going talking about the standalone zombies games that we're supposed to get, or that this person was making. I think it was like back in the day, a couple years ago. But then it did get canceled. So I'll be watching this today. But if you guys do enjoy this video, please you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and do enjoy, and hit that bell to be notified every time of a video on the channel. Check out the description to a link to Discord. If you guys do want to part of the community and a link to socials, because you just want up to date when we go live upload a video. Without further ado, let's go and get right into the video.
This guy here was almost our Jason Blundell or Jimmy Zielinski for zombies.
The video is actually it's called Zombie Nerds. Zombie Nerds need to watch the interview.
Why that is and what that means later. Lots of gaming news articles went out in January talking about how an ex-COD dev mentioned a major project he was developing that was going to be a live service standalone zombie.
Yeah, I saw this video and I figured, go ahead and it was about like 2 o'clock. There was probably wouldn't be no video today if I didn't record this, but I saw it and I'm like, let's go ahead and
fully supported and constantly updated. This is what was going to happen.
So this is an interview that she did with this
This is Michael Gemelt. He posted this info on his LinkedIn, and the gaming news sites blew up. I contacted him for an interview to talk about this standalone zombies game, and he agreed. In this interview, we go over his time working on Call of Duty, lots of inside information, and then ultimately diving into the details of this standalone zombies mode that he was developing.
I wish it would have
Michael worked at Raven Software for 23 years as a studio designer
zombie
and software
going mode.
He worked
just
on
zombies.
Starting way back with the first Black Ops, all the way through Cold War.
Oh damn, you worked on all of these?
And he's one of the original creators.
Okay, so he's been in the community for a long time.
He worked on, and in the first part of the interview, he talks about how he got to start working on Call of Duty.
He worked on Black Ops 3.
Yeah, it was. I started on Black Ops. That was the first time Raven was working on Call of Duty, and we were trying to kind of prove that we could do Call of Duty to them. So we were actually working on like a single player campaign mission, like a spy mission or whatever. And I don't think that I think it was just a demo for us to kind of show we could do it. And we ended up that was the single player team. That's the team that did X-Men Legends and Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Singularity. So they were doing the demo to try to get to show Treyarch, I guess it was at the time, that they could do Call of Duty stuff too. So they did end up working on the campaign, and they worked on the campaign for I think just about every Call of Duty after that also. That team, like amazing.
So
team.
Black Ops when they started, but it was like
I went over
here, create a map and see if you can do it.
Call of Duty Online. So
he went to Call of Duty Online. Oh, he did Call of Duty Online.
One of the Call of Duty Zombies updates, I think it was Resurrection, and I did the Napalm Zombie. For Shangri-La, which was a lot of fun. Worked with the team working on at Raven.
Okay, so he's been around working on the stuff here and there.
But then I went over to COD Online, and actually, I would say most of the time,
COD Online.
That was what I was working on, is COD Online.
Look at this gameplay. Yeah, it's COD
zombies
Online.
modes for that, which became cyborgs because you can't have zombies in China.
So I want to pause here for just a moment. So he worked for COD Online, the China's version of Call of Duty, and Activision didn't care what they did. So he was developing all kinds of fun modes, and specifically zombie modes. I played all the zombies modes that he created over there, and they were awesome. And they were heavily based on skill and not participation. It made them very addicting and incredible. So getting to experience what he made over there, and then knowing he was making something for us here in the mainline Call of Duty, yeah, it could have been huge. I'll let you guys listen to how he had just free reign to be completely creative over there and how Activision didn't care. And then he'll go on to talk about some of the other modes that he created.
We could do whatever we wanted to because it was Call of Duty China, and the stakes were.
We could do whatever we wanted to. It was Call of Duty China.
Activision being worried that we were going to screw up, mainline Call of Duty with like these crazy ideas. So we could do whatever we wanted, which made it a really fun.
That's cool. Going from original Call of Duties to go over to Call of Duty Online and be able to make anything you want without
Call of Duty
basically
Online,
anything you want.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they have them on this side, really?
Telling you it's my favorite mode. Like
were cyborgs always going to be what you guys went with to avoid
my camera's gonna
the
cover him
gore
up on
that
the left
wasn't
side because
culturally
when I skipped through the video,
appropriate?
he was on the
I
right
think
side,
at
so I put my
first we were
camera to the
still
left
thinking
side so you could
zombies.
see
When I was
him.
prototyping it, I was using
But
zombies,
I
and
don't
I
know why they
was
put him over here on the
the
left side. I'm not
first
moving my
zombies
camera,
mode that
so.
I did on Call of Duty Online was inspired by The Walking Dead. I wanted
Really?
something that felt like ambient with like zombies kind of like walking around, and you could, if you
That's
made
interesting.
noise or you shot them or aggravated them, you could start a swarm.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to fight them or
Ooh,
whatever.
that sounds cool.
You could hide inside buildings
Like swarms?
and rescue civilians out there, and each civilian had like a different um, thing they'd get you. So if you rescued, say, the general, you could call in an
Mm-hmm.
airstrike or something like that, or you could call in
That
a kill
sounds
streak.
interesting.
If you rescued the pilot, you could call in some sort of like air support for like one of the swarms. Um, there was a survivalist that could give you ammo, that sort of stuff. But I wanted it to be like you're going around, you're gathering these
I
survivors,
wish
and
that's what it came
you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to
out.
get them out, and then
Oh,
you've
did it come
got to
out?
do this extraction and hold off a horde while the helicopter comes in. So that was the first zombie mode that I prototyped there. I
Just a
also did
prototype? That would have been
I
cool to
just forgot.
see.
I just remembered this. We did
Like if it was actual
team
noise map.
versus team versus zombies mode. So it was a PvEVP mode with
Ooh.
zombies in it,
Mm-hmm.
and the zombies were like this team that would attack both teams. But if you died to a zombie, I think you became a zombie or something, and you could choose what kind of zombie to spawn as, and then go out and attack
Ooh,
the other players.
Oh, that's cool.
that'd be
In this
cool.
next part, he talks about how they developed Warzone, and COD was the first to create this battle royale style gameplay, even before PUBG. Like he mentioned, he worked at COD Online. That's China's Call of Duty, and they were able to do
Look at the
all kinds
map.
of
Look at
crazy
this
stuff
map.
over there and be really innovative because Activision didn't care what they did. The reason why Activision didn't care is because they didn't think that the COD Online or China's Call of Duty would affect the main line CODs. Like, it was completely separate, so they could just do whatever they wanted. They made a mode called Battle City, and that was what ultimately turned into Warzone. Going over
Out of
to the
city.
Battle Royale, like Battle City for COD Online, like this was the beginning
Oh, is this right
of a
here? Is
Battle
it showing?
Royale mode. And like you were working on that, and that formed into Warzone eventually. Like, what was the
Yeah, there's a
history
lineage there.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we there was a designer there, Andre, who actually I work with now. I hired him at the new studio I went to. Um,
Nice.
he's he had played oh man, I'm gonna mess this up. He had played some sort of battle royale modes in other games that were mods, basically. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, like, this is going to be the next big thing. And I was like, all right, like I kind of get it. Like, this is kind of interesting. And I was like, we could put a little Hunger Games spin on it and stuff. And this was before PUBG came out.
Wow.
Before PUBG?
I think H1Z1 was out already.
H1Z1
So we
was
were
like early
developing, we made
days.
that.
Because
We took a
I
couple
remember fucking
Call of Duty maps
H1Z1.
and stitched them together. I think they were like
So that's how long they've been
MW2 maps. And so that
planning and
eventually
making
became
this.
Battle City, which did ship uh,
Mm-hmm.
Battle City
in
for
Call of Duty Online.
online.
And we were working on that. I think
And then they were
because
like, ooh, Treyarch or whoever
PUBG
it
had
was
come
called
out,
next.
right?
Let's do
Was it
fucking,
PUBG?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
let's do better.
PUBG had come out, and then Tencent was like, "Hey, we need a battle royale," and we're like, "Oh, we've got this old idea that we made, early on. Let's bring that back." And so we brought that back, and by the time we shipped it, Fortnite came out right before us. I was like, "Damn it!"
Fortnite
Wow. You
can,
guys were
yeah.
right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But
Yeah, so
still,
See,
they're
yeah.
actually
it shipped,
Call
That's
and
Call
Call
of
of Duty
Duty
Online
would have
got
done
that.
so you
Fortnite.
guys were right
I
there
mean,
with
would have
them with
done
that
Battle Royale before
development, and it was
Fortnite.
just
That's what
like
it
I
sounds
guess a
like.
lot of people
It was like
thought,
neck and
oh, you
neck.
guys are doing it
They
because
came out with
Fortnite, but
it,
it wasn't. You
and then
guys
it's
were
like
already in
right
that
when they were about
realm
to start
Yeah,
it to get
of
yeah.
that. That's
everything
I actually give
signed,
it to
awesome.
Andre.
Fortnite came out.
Even before PUBG
So
came
then it
out, he
came
knew it was
behind.
going to
One
be
of
the
them
next
came
big thing,
behind
and he
it.
was right. Infinity Ward came to us, and they were like, "Hey, we really want to make a battle royale for Modern Warfare 2019. We've got
2019.
this huge, gigantic map we've made, um, but we've kind of like, we're
Look
not
at this
quite sure what to do with
gameplay
the
in the
mode. Can you
back
guys make the
background.
mode?" And I was like, "Yes, I've been doing this for like 5 years
Yeah.
already, and this is what I've really been wanting to do. We can absolutely make this." And there were some people at Raven who were like, "Oh my God, that's a huge commitment, right?" Which it was.
Mhm.
I mean,
But
you
I
gotta
was
think
like
it is. It
gung ho
is.
for it, right? And so,
No,
but it
because you
was
have
at
to
first it was
get the
just
guns in
5 of us.
there, build the
So it was
gameplay.
like myself, Andre again, um, a
and then all the
UX
buffs and everything, and make sure everything's
designer,
good.
an engineer, and like one other person. And we made we did the initial like first
Beta.
prototyping of it. But first we just sat down and tried to figure out what is a battle royale in Call of Duty? What should it be? And from my experience with
Are they
Battle
gonna bring up when
City,
Blackout came
I
out?
felt like it needed to play like
And
Call
maybe
of
like
Duty.
they try to
Like it
take
needed
off
to
like
have the moment to moment
some Blackout stuff.
Call of Duty feel, but just be in a really big map, right? But inside that map, you should still have Call of Duty style engagements. And it shouldn't be like we shouldn't go too hardcore with it too, like Tarkov or anything like that. I felt like the initial
Like
offering
DMZ-ish.
should feel like Call of Duty, so it's familiar to people. It's just a battle royale, and that's what we did in Battle City. So that inspired a lot of that initial design. We streamlined everything. Like we were going to do an inventory, we streamlined that down to like 4 ammo types, and tried to make it just as as a Call
Call
of
of Duty
Duty
Unlock's
experience as we could
fun.
do and still make it a battle royale. That was a lot of the initial design because I was trying to understand, what Infinity Ward wanted from it. Did they want like something really cartoony? Did they want something really realistic? Did they want something, hardcore mil sim, or did they want,
Maelstrom?
what did they want? And they wanted to reach a broad audience. And I was like, well, okay, then it should play like Call of Duty because that's what people know, and that would ease them into it. So that's what we started designing. I led that for like the first 3 or 4 months, got it stood up, got it prototyped. There was all sorts of stuff that we prototyped that did not ship.
Wow.
That was like we had missions on the map, and there were AI on the map, and they would spawn on the map, and you go around the map and
AI,
fight
fucking.
fight other teams, but you'd also fight these AI that are
I don't
these
know about
areas,
the
and you
AI.
do
Good thing they didn't
missions
add AI and
and
all
do
that. If I
contracts
can
and stuff.
imagine Warzone
All
with
this stuff ended up
AI right now.
eventually getting done in DMZ.
DMZ, yeah.
Yeah, with
Warzone
DMZ.
2.0. Yeah. But
Yep.
we had prototyped all that. The
Boo
you
AI.
know
Get rid of AI.
the project
DMZ. That's
director
what
on
ruined
that,
DMZ. Fucking
Pat
AI.
Kelly, his vision for it was always like GTA. It's GTA Online,
GTA.
like
GTA
Call of Duty,
Online.
right?
No.
That there's this kind of persistent world that you would drop into and like be able to do missions and get out and do all that
Yeah,
sort of
that's
stuff. But
DMZ.
I think it was smart for them to just make the initial offering a simple battle royale that
Warzone,
people
and
could
then
just
later
get into
DMZ.
and understand really quickly. And we were extremely lucky when it shipped because it shipped the same exact week that the quarantine started, that the pandemic started, and so everyone was stuck inside.
Online
And
playing,
so
yeah.
yeah, so we got it was just fortunate timing for us. I mean, kind of crappy for the country,
Yeah.
but it was good for
Man, they'd be making that
us
money.
that we had
They'd
a
be
thing
playing and
that
releasing
came
their
out that
games on
people were looking forward
pandemics.
to, and
Everyone will
so
be inside. Let's
everyone
release
just
Warzone.
came and played it, and the audience found it, and it was fun. It was a lot of work. It
Get
was
the
hard, but
standalone
it was fun.
zombies. That's what I
And
want.
you guys are probably working at home at that time too, which is like an added challenge,
Well,
right?
after it shipped, yeah, after it launched, we started working from home. Like literally, the week it launched is when everyone went home.
Wow. Oh my
Home.
God. So you're like, okay, now what? So it was cool to hear how Warzone was developed from COD Online's China's Call of Duty Battle
Standalone
City
zombies. Bring
Battle
standalone.
Royale.
Oh, we want to
And
hear
it
about standalone
slowly
zombies.
evolved into Warzone.
That's all I cared
And he
about
was
in this
one of
video.
the first guys
It's cool to learn
create it.
everything
It
about
was
everything
also
happening
cool
with
to
this
hear
guy.
that DMZ was
But I want
actually
standalone
inside
zombies.
Warzone at first, and then they cut it and made it its own mode.
Yeah, everyone.
In the next part of the
Let me
video,
know.
we talk
I
about the
don't think that would have been
standalone
fun.
live service zombies game that was being developed. He sent me this
There we go.
document here.
Ooh,
This is the
Project
official
Z.
document that he created to start creating this game mode. They were calling it Project Z, and that was just the code name they used in the studio. They didn't have an official name for it. They described Project Z as combining the best of Call of Duty Zombies with the addictive replayability of Call of Duty multiplayer, adding the robust microtransaction model of Call of Duty Online to deliver monetization to the franchise, and a constant stream of new modes, maps, and character customization content that will hook zombie players, old and new, and keep them coming back for more. He also laid out kind of a plan of what this game was going to be and what it wasn't going to be. He said it was going to be a microtransaction-based game that is live supported and regularly updated and improved. It wasn't going to be a ship and forget product. It was
Okay,
going to
that's good.
be
That
an
sounds good. They're gonna
expansion
release it
and
in.
evolution of the COD Zombies experience in gameplay and theme. It was not going to be a straight port of previous COD Zombies offering with no added value.
So
It was also going
basically,
to be
they
a
would bring
1
the
to 4 player
COD Zombies from like
co-op-based,
BO3
fast, fun action
into this
shooter. It was
game, but it would
not
have
going
been
to
more.
be
It
a
wouldn't be the same. It would be add more.
multiplayer-centric free-to-play proposition. It was going to be built from the foundation of Raven's COD Online tech, which is Call of Duty Online in China. It was not going to be tech built from the ground up. It was going to be a digital download via Xbox, PlayStation, etc. It wasn't going to be a $60 packaged good. It was also going to be fun and campy and an experimental zombies game. It was not going to be a realistic survival horror zombies game. It was going to be Call of Duty branded and not an original IP. It was going to be a social and casual game with a high degree of stickiness, and it was not going to be a heavily scripted single player narrative. They wanted to appeal to the mass market consumer, and they did not want to appeal to a hardcore gamer-only experience. I also asked him how he even began to develop this mode, and he mentioned that Treyarch wasn't sure if they were going to move forward with zombies. Like, something was going down during Black Ops 2 around the time Jimmy Zielinski was employed there. Between that transition time of Jimmy Zielinski to Jason Blundell, this is when this mode was being developed because of whatever was going down there. So this was almost our zombie mode. The world we were almost living in is after Jimmy Zielinski left Treyarch, we could have had Michael as our next Jason Blundell, and there would have been an online live service zombies game. There would be no Jason Blundell, and all the maps you see today would not exist. But I'll let you listen to all the details he says about this mode. He talks about the world and the environment, how it was going to play.
Definitely, it would be different.
That would have been my first project lead role. So I was a lead designer on it, and I was writing a full design doc for it. And we were talking with, we had a producer at Activision that was leading it, or like was our producer that was working with us on it. And I'm not sure quite how we got the opportunity.
How did you get
I think it was something like at the time.
They should bring it back. They should bring it back.
Sure that they wanted to keep doing zombies because it was a lot of work.
I know I'm talking over it,
and so we got offered the opportunity to use it, and we're like, yeah, that's great, because I'd worked on zombies some already. I had prototyped a bunch of zombies modes. I'd been working on COD Online a little bit, working on zombies.
I think they should have.
So I was like, yeah, let's do this. This would be great.
They should bring it back, but
so
like
I wrote this whole
that's like a different thing. Like a,
it was going
obviously they'll still like Call of Duty Zombies, Call of Duty every year, all this.
We were going to,
but then maybe like something separate.
There was an actual like a world map
with like, I guess if we can connect it somehow.
Start off as like a gladiator, basically, who's like going into an arena to fight
Black Ops 4 9.
There would be this like, it's, think of like a Mad Max kind of post-apocalyptic kind of zombie arena where you would have to fight zombies as a gladiator. You would make your character and like, customize them and stuff, and you'd go into the arena and you'd fight them and you'd get progress and stuff and progression.
Black Ops 4.
But at some
customized character arena 9.
You stage an escape, and you and the other players, after some fighting in the arena, you would escape out into the open world.
Ooh, okay.
And you would start to explore this broader world, and there'd be this world map where you would progress across the world and like have these different just fight zombies.
That sounds nice.
Go to these other places and fight zombies and get rewards and stuff like that as you're fighting through the zombie apocalypse.
So it's like a progression map.
So it's like kind of like Mad Max meets zombies and meets zombies in a way. COD Zombies.
That sounds cool. That'd been fun.
And there was, it was going to be live service. There was going to be all sorts of micro, transactions for customization. Like, so you could really like make yourself look like anything and like just really be colorful and
a lot of customization.
Unique,
sound like.
It would have been, I think it would have been really awesome.
That's awesome. So was it round-based at all, or it was just kind of open world?
I'm trying to remember. I think like the arena was round-based. When you're in the arena.
Wow.
So I got a little round-based and a little open world. So like, you can do like
I think once you got
round-based challenge, see how long you could survive in the starting area.
To, help the survivors there by fighting zombies. And so once you did that, when you got into that, then it would be like there'd be waves of zombies for you to fight to be able to clear that area on the map and then move on to the next area.
How far into
so you have to clear an area before you go to another area?
Well, we never actually got far enough to actually start making that. I was writing the design docs and we were talking to Activision, but I was basing it off of some prototypes that I'd already done on COD Online, myself and Chris Reed, programmer there.
It said that there was going to be like fun, campy, like experimental, like the environments, was it going to look realistic like Call of Duty
No,
looks?
it was still had that style, but we were going to let it
Mm-hmm.
go broad, right? And then have fun with it. And like, like zombies ended up doing. I mean, they went very broad. Like they had like the George Romero one, they had the
Mm-hmm.
Medieval Castle one, they had the kind of
Their eyes and drink.
30s Art Deco Lovecraftian horror one. So like that was the idea, is that we were going to go very broad with it, and like just, you know, with each new season bring in like new themes and new ideas to it that would kind of like
Wow.
keep it fun and exciting.
The studio, that's
Bring it.
Treyarch, wanted
Hashtag
it
bring
back,
back.
and they were like, "What? Can you talk
That's
about like why
that
it was?"
I never got like an absolute like, yeah, they want it back and you guys can't do it anymore. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but that was the impression that I got, that
They
like,
should talk
oh,
to them like, yo, can
actually
we
they
make
are
this
going to do
again?
zombies again, and they don't want that competing uh,
Yeah, don't want to
with,
competing. Yeah.
they'd be competing with each other then, which is unfortunate. I think it would have been fun, but you
What? It
look at it
sounds
another
fun.
way, you never would have gotten Black Ops 2 and 3 and 4 zombies
Three. I know. I
back,
think about
right?
that.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
yeah, I
still think they could
guess.
do an
I
open
guess
world,
that's a. Well, they could have done it,
persistent
but still
live
brought it.
service. I mean,
Like
they're
I don't get it's
MW3
like
zombies is kind of a little bit like that, right? It's kind of like
they
a,
just
Yeah.
they have
yeah.
different
So
zombies. Each Call of Duty
Was there
game,
ever
like I'll say
another
this Call of Duty, blah
standalone
blah blah
zombies
blah,
being worked on
and
by
different
any of the
zombies, but like
studios
not
at
that I
any
know.
point?
No,
That was
no,
the only one.
yeah.
Wow.
I think it's
Dang.
like it's one of those things where it is a ton
I
of
feel like there
work,
was definitely a
and
way they could
they didn't
have
Hmm.
always do a zombies
moved
mode
around to where
because it was some sort of like
You
it
said that
wasn't like a
Treyarch
competition.
wasn't sure if they wanted to keep doing zombies. Was that before Black Ops 1? Was that right after
that was
World at
after Black
War?
Ops 1,
After.
during or before Black Ops 2, I think. I think it was during, while
Wow.
they were making Black Ops 2. Um, and I remember,
Imagine Black Ops 2 without zombies.
I think Jimmy Zielinski was it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Was leading zombies at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
remember going out to Treyarch and watching a playtest of zombies and meeting him. So I don't know if there was like a transition there, from Jimmy to Jason Blundell, was it,
Yeah.
took over?
Yeah, it
So I'm
was
not
like
sure if that was at
year
a
two
transition era. I'm not
days.
really sure what was going on internally there. But that was just that was the scuttlebutt that I heard, that, that maybe they were like, oh, it's not worth it.
That's crazy to hear him say that they
That's
thought
what
at
should have
one
brought it
point it
back.
wasn't worth it for whatever was going on. There obviously had
Bro,
to
if
be a
someone
struggle,
if
and it
telling me right
was
now,
during the
they'll do
time that there was a
Treyarch standalone
transition
zombie games
between
coming out
Jimmy and
next week, bro.
Jason. That was the
Hella people
crossroads.
would
It was
pre-order
either
that shit.
live service zombies game, and that's what we would have been playing right now probably, or they were going to keep it and keep going, and that's what they did. It was awesome for Michael to take the time and talk to me about this stuff. I really appreciate him.
That's basically it. Yeah, it sounds like it was fun. It would have been fun. Honestly, okay, it would have been made back in like after Black Ops 1, during Black Ops 2 was being made, so we wouldn't have Black Ops 2 zombies. Maybe even BO 3 and up, but like I definitely feel like they could have definitely made those zombies, but like maybe still brought it out and somehow made it to where it wasn't a competition. Like this sounds fun. You start in a gladiator, it's round based. You go out to open world. You can't go like over here to this section. You got to go to this section. You have to clear this out first. Then you can go here, here. Then every season will be different themes and everything. I think that sounds fun to play. It should definitely. I think I should definitely revisit the idea of an open zombies world game or something like that, and definitely go ahead and bring it to fruition. Maybe this time like connect it into. Well, what they could even do is I don't know. Like somehow I need to connect it to like maybe like okay, a standalone premise fucking zombies game, and like you have like I feel like that could be like definitely right. Like I talked before, cut all of BO4 out. Forget BO4, Black Ops 3, and then right there Revelations. Do your standalone zombies game. If you don't want to put all the other maps on there, like the old maps, you want to keep on Call of Duty because if you bring them over here, people won't go to Call of Duty. Other Call of Duty games to play them. But if you don't want to do that, whatever. Boom. After Black Ops 3, standalone zombie game. You start it there, and somehow like you can work around the mechanics. Say you just do it round based, like it is Call of Duty, but you just port into a standalone zombies game where that's all it focuses is zombies, zombies, zombies. There's like oh no, half zombies team, half multiplayer, just all zombies team, and then they can even have seasons where like or like even seasons like new map or like yeah technically couldn't do DLC because it'd be like constantly updating, but like boom, new season, new map, new story, blah blah blah. Add different some new guns or anything like that. Or you can even do also like boom, an open world type of thing with premise as well. But there's a lot of ideas you can do there. I just definitely think they should revisit the idea of a separate open world, COD Zombies game. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought of this interview. Pretty good interview by Glitching Queen. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys would have liked the Standalone Zombies game back then, and if you would have been fine with that, not getting Black Ops 2 or 3 Zombies, or if you think that it is better that we didn't get it and then we got that. But I'm definitely on the side of, if they didn't do it then, like, okay, looking back, we wouldn't have Black Ops 2 and 3 Zombies. Okay, I agree. We cut off and we got that. But they should definitely bring it back now. And definitely how the gaming world is now, definitely bring it back. That's gonna, I'm gonna say is, that's gonna make you hella money. You see how a lot of people always talking about a standalone Call of Zombies game. I want it. If you make it right now and make it to where it's not a big competition for Call of Duty, but it's like constant zombies content for zombies people and everything like that, good story and everything, I definitely think it definitely go a far way. But if you guys did enjoy this video, I appreciate you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys do enjoy, hit that bell, get notified every time we upload a video here on the channel. Check out the description to a link to Discord if you guys do in the community, and a link to socials if you guys do want to stay up to date when we go live upload a video. And until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out.